Episode 3, Part 3, Garage Gym Chronicles, Road to Nationals. I woke up with a huge amount of serenity this morning and understanding that whatever I do will be my best. And I think that's something beautiful to think, actually. I think it's all that I really want to do is my best, and I think it's all anyone can ask to in situations like these. I am not a favourite. I am not one of the names in contention for the title, but yet I'm still going to turn up and try and do the best I can. And I think a lot of times in life, people get too focused on having to be the number one or the top 3. And I think, you know what, actually, that time comes for everybody. We'll all have the opportunity if we try hard enough, but until then, turn up and win for yourself. Again, this part I will be doing replies to comments and questions. We don't have any, and that's completely fine. I won't expect many, if any, for many episodes, but I thought today I'd talk about kind of the pre-workout mentally for when I go to the gym. I think people have done videos about what you need to do for pre-workout in the gym in terms of every substance. Well, I'll talk to you about what I take to do mentally. I center myself, I envision all my lifts, and that's a big one. Today I've got a 285 kilo squat. It's 2.5 kilos more than I have ever loaded on my back. And that's scary. I think I'd be weird if I didn't find that scary, but I'm just trying to be the best I can. And that means today 285 kilos falls. And I don't really have a choice in that. It must happen, so it will. And then we'll be on to what comes next. So it's a 285 kilo squat. It's a 240 kilo bench. And these are numbers that can be scary. And, you know, when I come to preparing for everything mentally, I envision the lift. I think about what could go wrong. I don't try to avoid it. I think about how on my squat the bar could roll up my back. It could force me into a huge amount of pressure in my toes and lack of heel pressure, loss of posterior chain activation. And I think, you know what, I have to combat that. So I need external knee rotation to sit me more on my heels. Then when it comes to bench, it's my arch. I need to be able to deactivate my lower lats to enable myself for a larger arch, and that's what I'm going to focus on. So, in a lot of ways, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to focus on, and a lot of things that could go wrong. But I'm just going to try and do the best I can. And I think that's important for a lot of people, isn't it? So, I've centered myself, and I've envisioned my lifts. The bit that comes next is going and doing it. And I think that's all we can really hope to do, isn't it? Do our best. But yeah, again, any questions in the comments, much appreciated. And I'll talk to you all soon. But for now, it's time to go to the gym. And it's time to do something kind of impressive for myself. I apologise for not being overly talkative today. I am really focused on hitting the weight today. There's something that I need to kind of prove to myself today. when it comes to, you know, not only just squatting heavy, but with my weights in general, that, you know, I am strong enough, and I will be strong enough, and I will continue to be strong enough. I just need to focus today, so apologies, but it's going to be a bit like a French silent film, this one. This is last warm-up now, so this means it is time for me to put everything in place as I would do for my top set. That means that trackies are coming off, chalks on, and my mentality's right. And I think Jamal Branner put it best, that when you lift angry, you lift inconsistent. Well, I did it. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't nice, it was necessary. And I'll use that to perfect my back offs. I'll see you at bench. So now we're on to bench. I can feel my middle back is really tight. Just lying over the roller wins me, which I never used to. So I'm going to focus on just trying to keep my chest picked up and my lower back just loose. And hopefully today it just clicks. Well, last warm up. The idea is to hit like a 230 top singlet 8. This is 220. If this flies, 230 is going to fly, and if that's the case, I'm tempted to push slightly higher. I think the goal here is that I want to hit something around 240 at an 8, because that guarantees that I'll hit 250 at nationals. But at the same time, you have to question how much do I trust a taper that I've never done before. So I'm weighing up my options, and I'm having to put my ego aside. Thus, I will do this, and if this moves well, I'll hit 230. That way, I've guaranteed I've hit my weight. Now, if that absolutely flies, then I have to hit 240. Simple as. I'm also listening to Maroon 5 right now, so, you know. 230 on the bar, I'll hit this. I am still struggling, and it is, my lower back is so tight that it's just dragging my arch down. But if I can just focus on getting my upper back tension, I can last and press this. So in the grand scheme of things, it could be worse. But for now, I'll focus on hitting this, and then I'll see you at the blue chair debrief. Oh, so that is 285 in the bag and 230, which is
less important, less impressive to myself. But that means we're going into deadlifts with a, what's that, 510 subtotal? Yeah, 510 subtotal. So, decent. I will be hopefully pushing that up towards a 6-ish hundred subtotal, but we'll see. Probably like 570, 580 is about where that's going to end up, which then just leaves me for pulling whatever I need to do. But yeah, it's nice. I did some like feet up bench at the end there, and it really helped me kind of connect with getting my lats tensed. So it was less of a case of like scooping here, more of a case of just like a lat pullover. And I could just feel everything firing. I've got the nastiest back pump right now. But yeah, so squat, good. Need to watch out for the internal rotation bias. Bench, good. Need to remember it's a pullover. Besides that, man, I'm set. So I'll see you for episode 4. Good night.